ever wondered what secrets lie beneath the ocean's surface? Today we are diving into one of the most mysterious topics out there: underwater civilizations. Recent discoveries have stirred up debates among experts and left many of us questioning everything we thought we knew about history. From eerie ruins to astonishing structures hidden deep in the waters, these findings aren't just fascinating, they are downright terrifying. So grab your virtual scuba gear as we explore 10 shocking discoveries that could rewrite our understanding of the past. Starting off this list today, we have the Black Sea Labyrinth. Our first stop takes us to Europe's mysterious Black Sea, where we encounter something that looks straight out of a sci-fi thriller. A network of underwater passages that some are calling the Black Sea Labyrinth. High-resolution sonar imaging has uncovered complex patterns beneath the surface. These formations appear as if someone meticulously planned a maze, with channels, corridors, and interconnected rooms stretching across the seabed. While some experts suggest these could be natural formations, others argue that they might have been purposefully constructed. Could these underwater corridors have been designed as defensive structures, secret passageways, or even ritual spaces by an ancient civilization facing rising sea levels? The labyrinth's location is especially eerie because the Black Sea itself underwent dramatic changes about 7,500 years ago when a sudden influx of water transformed it from a freshwater lake to the saltwater sea we know today. This timing might coincide with the civilization trying to escape the rising tides, leaving behind mysterious hidden structures as a legacy of their existence. Our journey now takes us to the sun-kissed waters of the Mediterranean, where divers have uncovered what appears to be ancient temples submerged along the coasts of Italy and Greece. These underwater ruins feature elaborate carvings, column remnants, and intricate alignments that suggest they were once places of worship or communal gathering. Some of the structures are aligned with celestial events, indicating that their builders had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. Although many of these temples are in a state of ruin, the precision of their construction challenges our assumptions about ancient technology. How did these early peoples achieve such architectural mastery without modern tools, and why were these sacred sites abandoned to the sea? Recent studies have shown that some of the temple's orientations correspond with rare astronomical events, possibly serving as ancient observatories. This revelation not only deepens the mystery, but also hints at a lost knowledge of the cosmos that these ancient builders possessed. The warm turquoise waters of the Caribbean have long been a favorite for vacationers, but beneath their sparkling surfaces may lie the remains of an entirely different kind of civilization. Recent underwater surveys near several lesser explored Caribbean islands have revealed stone structures and foundations that predate known historical records. These ruins suggest the presence of coastal settlements with advanced skills in architecture, navigation, and trade. Some researchers theorize that these ruins might represent a network of pre-Columbian societies that were once thriving along the Caribbean coastline. Their discovery challenges the traditional timeline of human settlement in the region and hints at a complex, interconnected world that existed long before European contact. Despite their potential importance, these sites have received relatively little attention compared to more famous underwater ruins. This oversight means that every new piece of evidence could dramatically reshape our understanding of ancient Caribbean cultures. Often overshadowed by more dramatic discoveries, the Baltic Sea holds its own set of underwater mysteries. In the cold, brackish waters of northern Europe, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of human activity that dates back thousands of years. Researchers have found remnants of structures ranging from potential ritual sites to what might have been entire settlements preserved in astonishing detail. The Baltic's unique conditions have allowed these features to remain intact, offering us a rare glimpse into a bygone era. Folk tales in this region have long spoken of sunken kingdoms and lost cities. Now, modern technology is starting to confirm that there could be grains of truth in these stories. The possibility that entire communities vanished beneath rising waters adds an eerie dimension to the natural history of the Baltic Sea. Some underwater sites in the Baltic have been found near ancient shipwrecks and trade routes, suggesting that these lost communities communities were once a part of a broader network of exchange and cultural interaction across northern Europe. Heading over to North America, divers in the Great Lakes region have reported encountering mysterious stone circles resting on the lake beds. These formations, while not as famous as their terrestrial counterparts, hint at sophisticated prehistoric activity. Some researchers believe these underwater stone circles may have been constructed for astronomical or ceremonial purposes. The arrangement of the stones appears to correlate with celestial events, suggesting that ancient peoples might have used them to track the movements of the stars and the planets. Although these structures remain relatively unexplored compared to well-known stone circles on land, they raise fascinating questions about the cultural and scientific knowledge of North America's early inhabitants. Were these circles used as calendars, religious sites, or perhaps markers for territorial boundaries? Recent dives and sonar imaging have revealed that some of these stone formations are far more extensive than previously thought, hinting at the possibility of a widespread tradition that has been kept hidden beneath centuries of water and sediment. Next up, we are diving deep into the realm of underwater cave art found in remote regions such as parts of the Mediterranean and the Yucatan Peninsula. These hidden galleries offer a silent yet powerful testimony to ancient cultures. In submerged caves, explorers have discovered intricate petroglyphs and paintings etched into rock surfaces. These artworks depict mysterious symbols, human figures, and animals. Some experts believe that these artworks might represent a form of communication or even a lost language. The symbols don't match any known scripts, raising the possibility that they could be the last remaining traces of an underwater civilization's cultural and religious beliefs. The isolation and inaccessibility of these underwater caves have allowed the art to remain remarkably well preserved. Each new discovery not only adds a piece to the puzzle of ancient human expression, but also deepens the mystery surrounding the civilizations that created them. Traveling to the coast of Japan, where off the island of Yonaguni lies an underwater structure that looks almost too perfect to be natural. Discovered in the 1980s, the Yonaguni Monument features remarkably straight edges, sharp angles, and terraces that some claim resemble steps or even ancient pyramids. Researchers are divided. Some believe this is a naturally occurring formation shaped by tectonic activity and erosion, while others argue that its geometric precision points to human craftsmanship. Proponents of the man-made theory suggest that the precise right-angled formations and the apparent staircase features could indicate that an advanced civilization once lived or at least built something here. Recent sonar mapping and 3D reconstructions have revealed details that some experts argue would be nearly impossible to form naturally. Whether you lean toward the natural or the man-made explanation, the Yonaguni Monument is a striking example of how the ocean can hide mysteries that challenge conventional archaeology. Next, let's head to the Bahamas, where an underwater formation known as Bimini Road has fueled countless speculations about Atlantis, the legendary lost city. Found in 1968 near North Bimini Island, this curious, linear arrangement of stone blocks stretches along the seabed. To some, its layout seems too deliberate to just be a random collection of rocks. Supporters argue that the aligned stones, with their subtle interlocking edges, might be remnants of a sophisticated road or wall built by an ancient civilization, perhaps even a piece of Atlantis itself. Skeptics, however, attribute the formation to natural sedimentary processes and fracturing of the local limestone. Advanced underwater imaging techniques have revealed what might be additional hidden linear structures beneath the main formation, suggesting that there is more to this site than meets the eye. Whether it's an ancient roadway or an elaborate natural occurrence, Bimini Road keeps the mystery of Atlantis very much alive. Next, we are talking about Thonis-Heracleion. Not all underwater discoveries are wrapped in myth. Some, like the ancient Egyptian city city of Thonis-Heracleion have well-documented historical roots. Once a bustling port city near Alexandria, Thonis-Heracleion sank beneath the waves after centuries of neglect and natural calamities. Rediscovered in the early 2000s, this lost city has yielded statues, inscriptions, and everyday artifacts that paint a vivid picture of life during its heyday. The ruins offer a rare glimpse into the maritime trade networks of the ancient world. This site's extensive remains not only showcase the architectural prowess of ancient Egyptians, but also underscore how natural events, like earthquakes and flooding, can erase entire civilizations from our maps, only for them to reappear centuries later as underwater time capsules. Some of the inscriptions found here hint at interactions with other ancient cultures, suggesting that this city was a cosmopolitan melting pot. Its rediscovery has helped historians piece together trade routes and cultural exchanges that spanned the Mediterranean. Our final discovery takes us off the coast of Gujarat in India. Underwater archaeologists have discovered ruins that many believe are linked to the fabled city of Dwarka, a metropolis steeped in myth and mentioned in ancient texts. Excavations in the region have revealed stone structures, remnants of urban planning, and artifacts that suggest a thriving city once existed here. Some carbon dating techniques have pointed to dates that, if accurate, push back the timeline by thousands of years, making this one of the oldest urban settlements known to man. The story of Dwarka has long been dismissed as a myth, until now. The underwater ruins hint at a civilization with advanced knowledge of construction and urban planning, and they mesh intriguingly with ancient narratives about divine cities and heroic eras. Researchers have also discovered intricate network patterns that resemble ancient harbors and trade routes, suggesting that Dwarka wasn't isolated, but was a significant hub for maritime trade in its time. The evidence is tantalizing, and while debates continue, Dwarka's submerged remains force us to rethink the boundaries between myth and history. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.